welcome to the podcast, Labrena. How you doing today?
Good, and you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for agreeing to come on here. Well, actually, they don't even know the backstory, but thanks for coming to redo the interview. I really appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So, how has your week been?
It's been going pretty well, pretty well, smooth.
Okay. So for the people who gonna listen and watch this, just tell them your name, where you from, and just share a little bit about your journey, how you came into coaching, and the many different hats you wear.
Okay. All right. So everyone, my name is Labrena Coleman. I am a life coach. I have been a life coach for a while now. I am also a social worker at heart. So I do have my master's degree, and I've been in that field for a while, a very while. And also when she says I wear many hats, is because I do. I work in all types of fields. There's nothing too big or too small, nothing new, nothing old that I haven't heard of or seen. It's not foreign to me. And I say that because I've been a teacher in the past at a high school. I've worked at a crisis unit or psych ward, some would say. I've been a therapist. I've also had the other nitty-gritty jobs at a fast food restaurant we all go through. So there's nothing too big or too small, and I'm very professional. I've been in this field for a while. So that's why I would say I wear many hats.
Yeah. That's amazing. And then like I say, it's Black History Month too, girl. So look. You gotta
yes.
And I just wanted you to like pretty much kind of like share where you're from, because a lot of people sometimes they'll feel like they from, a certain place or whatever. They can't achieve a certain level of success.
Right. Okay. So with that being said, we all have some people always in our back of our ear or back of our head saying, "Are you crazy? You can't do that. That's too hard. Try something different." And in your mind, you may say, "This is what I want." And if you're dedicated to what you want, always strive to make sure you get it done, whether it takes 3 years, 1 year, 2 months, 3 months. Still set that goal and aim for that goal if that's what you want to do. Stay dedicated, because you will have some people who, not necessarily saying they don't believe in you, but they may question you or question your way of doing things. And it may not make sense to the other person, and that's okay, because they don't know your vision. They don't know where you're trying to go. And I say that from experience, because I started off, as I said, as a teacher, and I saw the gaps or things that were missing in school that needed to be in place. Therefore, I created my own organization, which is a nonprofit, and I help teenage girls with that mentoring program. As I was working with the mentoring program, the girls, I noticed, hey, parents need help too. The older population needs help too. So that I then created my for-profit, which is my Better You Solutions, which is a life coaching program. And that's why I say I've been doing this for a while, of all ages, nothing too small, nothing too big. It doesn't matter your race or your age. Everyone needs someone to talk to. Everyone needs that outlet. And not only just when I say outlet, you can talk to anyone. You can talk to a stranger. It doesn't matter. But you want to talk to someone who has confidentiality, who's going to keep your information sacred and not expose your information or your identity to anyone without your permission.
Right. I love how you just say, like, just filling the gap. I feel like as life coaches and just overall as entrepreneurs, that's what we do. That's something we should have in the forefront of our mind, because whatever we're creating, that's the goal of it, to fix some type of gap and to fix some type of problem.
Right, because we all have those moments. No one's perfect. Even if any life coaches are listening or therapists are listening, like I said, I went to school and my professor was in the field for a long time, 50 plus years. I don't know how old he is, you guys, but he was a law enforcement as well. And as a therapist, he still was seeing a therapist. And I say that to say, just because you may think that person got it all together, everyone needs someone to talk to. So life coaches, please see other life coaches. You still need that help. or a therapist, please see other therapists because you still need the help as well. It's always good to get help. There's nothing wrong with getting help, even if you feel you may have it all together. Just have that listening ear. It's good.
Yeah. And I love that you say that, because just a few days ago, the life coach I got certified under, every month we have a monthly Zoom meeting with other life coaches and stuff like that. And I was just telling her, I was like, some weeks I feel like I'm on fire, I'm getting my content out, I'm creating. And then the next week I feel kind of stuck again. And she was like, girl, you human, like, because that's just what we
Right.
all deal with. So I feel like that's so important too. Like I say, we can have it together, we can be doing good, we can be just in a constant flow of doing well and stuff like that. And then we'll run into a little bump in the road and we feel like we don't, have it together. But it's like that's just kind of the flow, I guess, the motions of life that we go through.
Right. Don't give up. We all have obstacles.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's why I say it's good to have that professional person in your life who can direct you a bit better. And when they're professional, they should be trained to not be biased, not judgmental, but to just help guide you in the right direction. And I use the word guide because if any life coach or therapist is telling someone what to do, giving directions and trying to run the next person's life, that's not the correct way to do so, because that person is in their shoes 24/7. The therapist or the life coach is not. So all you can do is guide that person. And by guiding them, I believe it helps us as life coaches and therapists, because if anything was to mishap or the worst come to worst, you didn't tell them what to do. All you did was guide them. All you can do is suggest things and help them along the way. But if you're telling them what to do and then it backfires, now they blaming you, you're blaming yourself. It's not good.
Yeah. And I noticed that, like, when I put my content out there, I do like a lot of how-to videos or different signs about things. It's like when I put certain content out there, I'm telling them what to do. But when it comes to doing, sessions when I'm actually coaching people and stuff like that, it's just like you say, we're guiding. It's a guide. So we listening more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah, we in a it's kind of confusing. In a way, we are telling them what to do, but it's more of a suggestion. It's because when like you say, you put your content out there, they have to go research that content.
Right.
You didn't say, hey, do that, do this. They were seeking that, and all you did was provide that information as a guide. So yeah, I think it's needed, the content to be out there, especially for those who may be seeking answers and don't know where to go, which way to go. And once they see the content and like what you're saying, like your energy, and hopefully they connect with you one-on-one so you can help guide a bit better.
Yeah. So as far as life coaching in general, what's your niche?
I would say working with adolescents. That's my specialty. However, I'm very broad. When I say I'm a life coach, I am definitely a life coach. It's very broad. But to break it down, I specialize with working with adolescents at heart, just because of my background.
Okay, I love that. And it's like I was telling you before, when I got certified in November of last year, which that's very new. It's like I've been trying to. Well, I feel like I already have my niche, which is spiritual and mindset. But it's like just going into coaching overall. It's like it's so broad. We're overall life coaches. Different areas of life. So how important do you think it is for any life coach, any business owner to just find a particular niche right away? Because it was like, for me, it was something that I kept, hearing people say I should niche down so you could, begin to attract your audience. How important you think that is?
I say it's very important to find your niche because, like you said, life coaching can be very broad, very broad. Anything can happen at any moment in someone's life, at any moment, your life, my life, that can make a drastic change. And it helps when you have your niche to know this is my area that I'm good at. I definitely can help you here. Vice versa. If it's something broad and you're like, I really don't know, let me go do the research. Now you're just trying to figure it out. You're playing with it. And that's someone's life that you have. That's someone who's trusting you to guide them. And I'm just being honest. There's some people out there who won't be truthful and say, hey, I don't know. Let me do the research. And there's some people out there just saying things that come to mind and doing the research and just, faking it till they make it. But when you know what you're good at, what you're specialized in, your niche, it's more genuine. It's more realistic. So that's why I think it's important to know your niche or where you specialize in, vice versa, trying to be superhuman and fix every single problem that comes your way.
Right. So what does purpose mean to you?
Purpose. To me, purpose means that you know who you are or why you're doing something. The purpose to me is the why. If I feel like everything is going wrong in life, what should I do? What's going to help me keep it together is that why. Is knowing that purpose. Like, why am I really doing this? For instance, why am I taking care of these kids every day? Not just because they're your kids, but because you love them, because you birthed them, you want to see them do better in life. Or why do I have to go to work every day? Oh, because you want to pay your bills, you don't want to be homeless, your why, your purpose for doing things. And when it comes to your life, why do you want to be a lawyer, or why do you choose this certain career? Your purpose, if you know who you are, your purpose, it just makes it easier to get the job done or to meet those goals or expectations of yourself.
Right. I love that you say that, because I feel like you say, it's we know who we are. When you know your purpose, you know who you are, you know what you're meant to be doing. And I can say from a lot of experience, like for a long time, I just was trying to, find myself, find my purpose. And it's like, now that I know what I'm meant to be doing, everything else just kind of been falling into place. And, like I say, it's first about us knowing ourselves, and then, when we find our purpose, it's like everything, it just kind of, it literally just flows from there.
Yeah, I completely agree. It creates a better flow. I love that word, flow. It creates a better flow, because if you know your why and your purpose, it kind of helps with that peer pressure as well. I know we all may be grown, but peer pressure still exists. It still exists. For instance, you're getting older. You may not want to go out to the club, but you have people saying, "Hey, let's go out to the club. Let's drink." Right. And back of your mind, you got to go to work in the morning. You got to get this done. You have errands, and you pressured into going out. You may have fun when you go out, but originally you didn't want to go out. So that's why I say peer pressure, because peer pressure, most people think of drugs and everything, but it can be something small. You just may not want to do it, and people talk you into doing it, even though you truly don't want to. That's called peer pressure. So if you learn how to say the word no. No, I don't want to go. No, I don't want to do this. You know what you want. You know who you are.
Yeah.
Hello?
Pressure.
I'm sorry, it froze for a moment.
But you gave in. So that's, like you say, that's peer pressure too, as adults. Yeah, I love that. That was a good example. So as far as entrepreneurship, what's the best advice you can give to a life coach or, just overall an entrepreneur who is coming into their purpose, coming into their why, but they're scared? What's the best advice you can give to
The
them?
best advice I would say is to write it down, write down all your thoughts, your plans, your future goals, and also be selective who you tell your plans and ideas to. And not to say you have to hide it or make it a secret, but some people will say things that may discourage you. It may bring you down, and you need to keep high spirits. You need that positive energy around you, especially when you're starting off, because when you're starting off, that's the hardest part. So if you can get past that, the rest to be a easy ride. But the starting is the hardest part because there's money involved. There's a lot of emotions involved. You're trying to figure it out because you just don't know. It's new to you. It's foreign. So if you have those positive people to keep pushing you, because it's going to be times where you want to give up. There's going to be times. But if you have those positive people who can help push you, that would be great. If you're writing it down, you're speaking it into existence. You're motivating yourself when you're writing it down. That helps. So I would just say stick to it. Write down your goals, your thoughts. Write it down. Encourage yourself and motivate yourself.
Yeah, I love that. Like after speaking affirmations daily and that type of thing, how important do you think that is to just us as people overall?
I think it's important. I think we do it, but we may not recall it or recite it as affirmations. Because somebody, growing up, oh, you ugly, or the little jokes that they say, no, I look good. I know I look good. You already speaking that to yourself. You already motivating, giving those compliments, those affirmations. We just don't refer to it as affirmations. Or when you getting ready in the morning, you look in the mirror, you like, okay, I look good. I'm fresh. Spraying yourself.
Yeah.
You're not doing that just because. Right. You're doing that because you want to look good. And when you're looking in the mirror, you're not saying it verbally, but you're looking at yourself saying, like, thinking, I look good, I smell good. So that's an affirmation in itself. But like I said, we don't refer to it as affirmations as we should. I think with this new year, this new generation, we're coming around to saying affirmations and referring to it as affirmations, but we've been doing it for years. Right. It's natural. I think we should do it more. We should. Just like, I don't put anyone out there, but the ones who like to gamble, they go to the casino. What are they doing? They hoping, they wishing, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna hit the lottery. You speaking into this, that's an affirmation. Like whatever it is that you're speaking into yourself positive, that's considered an affirmation. Right. We pray. People who pray, what you praying for? You praying for a better job. Some of us praying for a wife, a husband. You praying for something. You speaking. You already doing it. Right. But we just don't refer to it as the word affirmation. And I think we should. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with waking up in the morning, writing down your affirmations or speaking it verbally.
Right. Yeah. Like you say, it's like we'll say it, just not even knowing. It's like I've been speaking affirmations, all my life. Like I always spoke positivity over myself. And now that I sit down and just break them down as I am affirmation, different things like that, it's like, wow, this is something that, I've been doing all my life, but now I'm just looking at it in a different way. Mm-hmm. But it's always been, like you say, it's always been affirmations. Mm-hmm. And I was what that was I was doing like you say about feeding your spirit. Like I did a video yesterday on how to practice spirituality daily. How important it is, you think, is for us as overall as people to feed our spirits, whether it's people who read the Bible, people who read scriptures, people who listen to gospel music, affirmations, that's that's feeding your spirit because you're speaking positivity. How important do you think it is that we constantly get them daily?
Me personally, I think it's important because I'm real big on energy.
Yeah.
I think we all are, in a sense. When we walk in a room and you feel uncomfortable, you're like, something ain't right. That's energy you're picking up on. Or if you walk in a room, you automatically gravitate towards a group of people you don't know. You just gravitate towards that group. That's that energy pulling you. So I say energy is connected to your spirit because that's within you. Your spirit is speaking to another spirit. Your soul is speaking to another soul. That's on a whole nother level, y'all. But that's why I say your energy is connected to your spirit, and it speaks volumes without us knowing, unconsciously. That's why it's sometimes you may say, it's something about that person I don't like, or it's something about that person that I like. I don't know what it is, but I like being around that person. And that's nothing but energy. That's nothing but the spirit within you and that next person. So I think it's very important, especially speaking it into you and being around the right spirits and the right energy. Like, for instance, a background story. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's true. When I was a freshman in college, because I was born and raised in a church, so I was like going to the club, around all these spirits, around these different people, different energy. So me and my friends, we always prayed before we went to the club. Wow. I know it's kind of like, how you pray before you go to the club? We just prayed before we went to the club so that we know we was in a good space. We know we were, it was a mental thing, I guess you could say. Yes. So that's my little background story on that.
That's cool. I know we all could talk about, out back in the day, our days of going out and stuff like that. But that's, me and my friends, we never used to do that. Maybe we should.
No, I said it's kind of weird, but we did.
That's cool. Y'all had that, y'all was going out there having fun, but y'all had y'all layer of protection on y'all. I love that. That's funny. And last time we was talking about, well, let's say meditation. I talked about meditation too. And I was saying on a video I did yesterday, like when I first started meditating, I used to fall asleep because I'll do it at night. Like I'll pray and then I'll meditate. Like, but more than anything, it's like meditation is just a self-reflection time for us to hear our inner self, hear our inner voice, hear from God in a way. So how important do you think that quiet time and alone time is?
I think that alone time is very much needed because it gives you that time to reflect, self-reflect. And when you're self-reflecting, you can see, where did you go wrong? What should you have changed? How can I be better as a person? And then also self-reflecting helps you get that peace of mind. Maybe you had a rough day, you just need a second. You just need 5 seconds of nothing, just in your own world, your own zone. So I think it's important to have that in your life. Some of us are kind of neglected to ourselves for not giving ourselves that me time. That's that moment of absolutely nothing but peace of mind. So I would say meditation is definitely a start. If it's hard to meditate, because a lot of people say they fall asleep when meditating. You're not the first. Try yoga. So that way you're actually moving while meditating as well, because yoga is a form of meditation.
Okay. And I've been seeing that a lot lately, like other life coaches I follow on Facebook and, social media. A lot of people coming to yoga, and it looks like something that I could. Do you do it? You do yoga?
I do, but it gets really deep because Buddhism and all of that comes into play as well. So you kind of you can do meditation freely, but I would say do your research before you get that involved in it. If you're just stretching, you're just stretching, but some people do it with a different purpose behind it.
I think your screen froze. Can you?
Oh, Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it just, I think it froze a little bit.
Oh, I'm glad you can hear me.
Yeah, you keep going. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, but yes, that's all I was gonna say. Just do your research before you get too involved to know, because some people do it for a different reason. Some people do it just for exercising. Some people do it as a way of expressing themselves to a different God. And just do your research if that's your reasoning. But I say I like yoga. I do yoga and I do it for the actual stretching and the exercise and just the peace of mind itself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. I definitely agree with that. That's so true. So what do you have are you celebrating Black History Month in like a certain way? Anything particular you have going on this month?
Yes. This month I have, for as I mentioned earlier, my nonprofit organization, we have events every other month in our community as a way of giving back. And not I'm doing everything behind the scenes, putting it together, but the girls, the members of the organization are actually the MCs, the hosts, the people who are decorating, actually running the show. So we had a Black History program yesterday. And during that from the beginning of February, we promoted our community to vote on our local hero and shero. So, and we gave an announcement who was the winners, and we are going to recognize those heroes and sheroes for the rest of the year, once a month, just recognizing them in a special way for being a Black historical person that the community voted as a local hero.
Okay, that's cool. I love that. I love
Yes.
that. And your nonprofit, it is based out of Florida, right?
It's based out of Florida.
Okay. Yeah, that's super cool. So is there any questions you may have for me? Anything you just want to share for another life coach, another entrepreneur? Any closing remarks? Anything you just want to talk about?
All I can say is back to purpose. Know your purpose, because that's going to help you get through this journey. Knowing your why. Your why plays a big part in not only your career, but your life in general. Anytime you feel discouraged, feel like giving up, that why will help you keep moving. For instance, a lot of people whys are maybe their deceased mother, deceased father, grandmother, someone who's no longer living, and they do it to make that person proud, or some resemblance for that loved one, and that helps keep pushing them. So it may not be for the money or anything, but just for that particular person who wanted to see them succeed or reach a certain goal. So I wanted to give that example so you can see how important or how big of an impact that why can really have in someone's life.
Yeah. And when you said that, it kind of just made me think back, because I had did a podcast episode where I was talking about knowing your why and how important it is. And, like sometimes we'll say, money is the motivation, but it's like our why has to be deeper than money, because money is not always the motivation.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Because money don't buy happiness. And we all know that I know we say money don't buy happiness, and people have this other saying, but it can buy you what you want. Yes, it can buy you nice things, but it cannot buy you happiness. Look how many celebrities, wealthy celebrities have money, fame, and they're still battling with depression or, abusing drugs or something of that sort. So, it's not everything. You can't buy everything.
Yeah. It definitely can't buy you a peace of mind, I tell you that.
Surely cannot.
Yeah. So for anybody who's going to listen and watch this, just take time just to share your information, all your social media, your website, your email, anybody who want to reach you for coaching or, just information about entrepreneurship, just let them know where to find you.
Yes, you can always find me at betteryouSolutions.org. On that website, you can see my credentials, what I've done in the past, And you can also book me on that website. My email and phone number is located on the website. Or you can also follow me on Instagram, which is Brena, BRENA .success.page. So once again, that's Brena, success, page for Instagram. The website is betteryouSolutions.org. And you may seek information from me, just have questions in general for free, that's fine. Or you want to chat for a few seconds, few minutes. The prices are very reasonable. They're not expensive at all. Just communicate with me if you do want to do a year plan or 6-month plan, 3-month plan, and we can work out a payment plan also. So just reach out. You never know. And remember, a life coach is here to guide you and help you through it. And we're just that professional person that you don't have to worry about confidentiality being broken or revealing your information to anyone without your permission.
Okay, thanks so much, girl. And I just love that name, Better You. Better You.
Yes.
I love it. So once again, just thanks for taking this interview. Thanks for taking time out your day to come on here and chat. Make sure you email me your all your information, so whenever I post the interview, I can post it in the comments and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, girl. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.